So, what in the world does a massive global consulting firm have in common with a homeless youth shelter? I mean, on the surface, absolutely nothing, right? Well, as it turns out, they share a secret blueprint for making a huge impact. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it works. And look, this is so much more than just a company writing a check. We're talking about systematically changing lives, giving young people real tools to go from a place of crisis to a place of independence. But that's the big question, isn't it? How do you even start to build a partnership that can actually pull that off? So let's really get into it. How do two worlds that are, complete polar opposites, you've got the super corporate world on one side and the front lines of social work on the other, how do they come together to create one truly powerful future? That's the million-dollar question, and we've got the answer right here. All right, so let's kick things off with the what. What exactly is the result of this unique collaboration? This right here, this is their shared mission. The whole thing is built around this one crystal clear goal. Take all that professional expertise and combine it with real on-the-ground support. The idea is to create actual, tangible opportunities for young people who really, really need them. Okay, so who are the players here? Let's meet this unlikely, but as we'll see, incredibly effective pair. Okay, take a look at this. This is what's so fascinating. It just lays out how different they are. On one side, you've got RSM Consulting. They're a global firm living and breathing in the worlds of finance, tech, big-time corporate strategy. And then, on the other side, you have Convenant House. They're a nonprofit providing shelter, food, counseling, you name it, for youth in crisis. I mean, they couldn't be operating in more different worlds. So the big question is, how on earth did they bridge that gap? It's not like this just happened by accident. Nope. They used a very specific and really powerful tool to guide the whole process. And here it is. It's called the collaboration map. The best way to think about it is like a strategic blueprint. It's a framework that basically makes two totally different organizations first take a hard look in the mirror, and then look at each other to find where they actually connect. Where do their identities, their activities, their methods, and, this is the big one, their core values, where do they overlap? And it all comes down to these four simple but super fundamental questions. Who are we? What do we do? How do we do it? And maybe most importantly, what really truly matters to us? They seem so simple, but when you answer them honestly, they can actually reveal a crystal clear path to building a really meaningful partnership.
All right, enough theory. Let's see this thing in action. We're going to watch this blueprint literally come to life as we fill it out for both RSM and Convenant House. Let's do it.
Okay, this is perfect. It just illustrates the whole idea so well. So over on the left, you've got RSM, right? The global consulting firm that's all about professional expertise. Then on the right, Convenant House, the nonprofit providing that crucial trauma-informed care. You can see their what and how are totally different. But then, look at that last box, what matters to us. For RSM, it's all about community impact. For Convenant House, it's about providing opportunity. And boom, that's it. That's the overlap. And right there in the middle, that's where those shared values come together to create their powerful initiative.
See, that's the magic of the map, right there. It shows this isn't a one-way street, It's not about one side just writing a check and the other just taking it. It's about a strategic alignment. It's about plugging RSM's professional expertise directly into Convenant House's critical mission. And that fusion, that's what creates a partnership that is way, way more powerful than either of them could be on their own. So what does that actually look like in the real world? Well, it means giving these young people real practical skills, things like financial literacy and job readiness training. It means literally opening doors to internships and career paths using RSM's own network. And the end game? You're strengthening the whole community because you've built a model for change that can actually last.
Okay, so what's the really big takeaway? Why is this so much better than a company just, writing a big fat check and calling it a day?
It works because it's way beyond simple charity. RSM isn't just donating cash. They're donating what they are best at, their professional expertise. And Convenant House isn't just a passive recipient. They are the experts on the ground, guiding that expertise so it has the biggest possible impact. It's a perfect alignment of what each one does best.
And that brings us to the final thought, and it's a big one. This blueprint, this isn't just for a huge consulting firm and a youth shelter. It's a tool anyone can use. So I want you to think about your own community for a second. What unlikely pairs do you see? Maybe a local tech startup and a food bank, or a design firm and a group trying to build affordable housing. Just imagine the kinds of powerful futures they could build together if they just had the right map.